Ever wondered why stainless steel doesn't rust while your old bike did? Well, the answer lies in the secret ingredient found in the composition of stainless steel that sets it apart from regular steel. Regular steel, you see, is an alloy primarily composed of iron and carbon. These two elements alone, however, are susceptible to the relentless process of oxidation, better known as rusting. Rusting is the result of iron reacting with oxygen in air or water to form iron oxide. This corrosive process weakens the iron's structure, leaving it brittle, flaky, and generally unappealing, much like that old bike you had. But here comes our hero, stainless steel. Stainless steel is a bit of a misnomer, for it isn't made up of stainless elements, but rather it's regular steel that has been enhanced with an additional element, chromium. Yes, chromium is the magic element that makes stainless steel resistant to rust. This special alloy usually contains at least 10.5% chromium, and it's this presence of chromium that defines whether a material is considered stainless steel or not. Now you might wonder, what's so special about chromium? Well, chromium has an interesting quality. Instead of allowing the iron to react with the oxygen, it steps in and interacts with the oxygen itself, forming a protective layer of chromium oxide on the surface of the steel. This chromium oxide layer is like a superhero's force field, blocking the oxygen from ever reaching the iron. Even more impressive, if this protective layer is somehow damaged, it can regenerate or heal itself, preserving the material beneath. So, the secret's out. It's the added chromium that makes stainless steel resistant to rust. But remember, this doesn't make it completely invincible. Stainless steel is rust-resistant, not rust-proof, but we'll delve into that in the next scene. For now, let's appreciate the rust-free brilliance of stainless steel, all thanks to the power of chromium. But how does chromium in stainless steel prevent rust? Well, let me elaborate. Picture this. Chromium is like a diligent security guard at a fancy gala. The oxygen, a notorious party crasher, is intercepted by chromium before it can cause havoc by oxidizing the iron. Instead, the oxygen and chromium engage in a harmless dance, creating chromium oxide. This isn't just any dance, though. It's a protective dance that forms an impenetrable layer on the surface of the steel. The chromium oxide acts as a force field, blocking any more oxygen from reaching the iron and causing rust. What's more, this protective layer has a remarkable ability. If it gets damaged, it can repair or heal itself, maintaining its protective function. It's like having a self-regenerating shield, keeping the steel strong and rust-free. In essence, chromium is the rust-resistant superhero in stainless steel. It fights off the oxygen, protects the iron, and keeps our stainless steel items shiny and new. While stainless steel is rust-resistant, it's not entirely rust-proof. Now that might come as a surprise to some of us. You see, stainless steel can indeed rust under certain conditions. For instance, if the chromium content in the stainless steel is low, it leaves the steel vulnerable to rusting. Moreover, exposure to certain elements such as chlorine or salt water can also weaken the alloy, making it susceptible to rust. Picture your stainless steel cutlery or cookware in a kitchen where they are constantly exposed to different elements. Over time, they can show signs of rust if not properly cared for. And let's not forget about the consistent mechanical damage. Scratching the surface with a utensil, for instance, can harm the protective layer of chromium oxide, leaving the iron exposed and ready to rust. So, while stainless steel is generally rust-resistant, it's not invincible. It's a bit like a superhero with a hidden vulnerability. Even the mightiest can fall under the right circumstances. Given the resilience of stainless steel, you might be wondering why not everything is made from it. The answer lies in the balance of benefits versus costs and practicality. Stainless steel, while rust-resistant and durable, is a more expensive material than regular steel or iron. The cost isn't just in the raw material itself, but also in the processing. Welding stainless steel, for instance, is a more complex and time-consuming process compared to other metals. Moreover, despite its impressive properties, stainless steel isn't always the best fit for every application. For example, in automotive manufacturing, the weight of stainless steel can be a drawback, impacting fuel efficiency. There's also the fact that while stainless steel can resist rust, it's not entirely rust-proof, particularly in harsh conditions. So, while we admire the resilience and versatility of stainless steel, it's important to remember that not every situation calls for such a heavyweight contender. While stainless steel is a remarkable material, it's not always the most practical or cost-effective choice.